Okay, I've got a controversial question for you. Right? Here it comes. Are models artists? Do they have a say, or are they directed and or just follow the direction they're given? Because I was having a conversation with a friend one time, and they're like, sometimes, and they are a model as one, they're like, sometimes I really feel like the photographer doesn't get me, or the videographer doesn't get me, or the director doesn't get me. I don't feel comfortable with the way I'm being directed. My opinion's never asked for, and I really am not made to feel comfortable. So do you feel like models are artists and should or must have a say in how the shoot goes or the commercial goes and things like that? What do you think?
Define an artist for me.
So are they allowed to express their creativity?
That's a tough question.
Yeah, exactly. Very hard question. But I mean, it's things people are talking about, you know? What do you think?
I understand, like, the way my understanding of this industry is that there's pre-production, and then there's production, and then there's post-production. And usually where models come in is during production. So when the filming is taking place, not when the research is being done and when, you know, the ideas about whatever is going to be done. Yes. So this is more commercial based because I'm a commercial model. Yes. So this is not like print and stuff. So I understand that process, that, you know what, they've decided this is the type of goal they want. This is what's going to happen in the scene. This is what it is. This is what it is. And then, oh, let me just hang up. Sorry, there's a phone call coming in.
What happened?
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay. So, with the jobs that I've done, which are like 98% commercials, I haven't had a say. I haven't had a say in what goes on because that's already been decided. There's already a script. There's already, you know, like synopsis of what the commercial is going to turn out, what it's going to be, and I'm given my role. Yeah. And, you know, I'm told this is what you're going to wear, this is what you're going to say, this is how you're going to look, this is how your hair is going to, you know, like there's people like determining all of that for you. So that's been my experience. And just respecting also, you know, the people whose job it is to, you know, to come up with the whole idea and the whole concept. And then my job is to execute that. Okay. Which I've been doing. So should we have a say? I think so, because to some extent, and I think it also just depends on the job. And like if you want my hair a certain way and I'm a bit uncomfortable with that, no, hair's a bad idea because, you know, no, I don't think that's a good idea. Yo, this is a very difficult question. I really think it should depend.
Don't think too much.
I think it should depend on context, honestly. Yeah. Like, if someone asks you, because you're being paid to do what you're doing,
yes,
right?
100%.
We're all working professionals. If someone tells you that I have this concept and this idea and I want you to execute it for me, then that's the idea we're working with. And I think it also just depends on the people that you work with. Like, do they allow a space for us to actually converse and share ideas on this? And, you know, I might actually just have a great idea to actually enhance this and make it better.
That's
the whole project.
That's where this is going, yeah.
So that's where it is. And also I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses. So maybe what the project is working on is something that I'm not really comfortable with, but like I have this great thing that I do and can implement for this that could actually just throw this off the roof. So true. I think there is room to hear people out and models out. I think there's definitely room for that, and we should encourage it more, because I think what I felt, like speaking with a lot of friends in the industry and myself being in the industry, is that we just do what the client we just do what the client wants. You know, if the client tells you to wear this, you wear that, turn it this way. Like, we literally, like, you're is it a robot? Yeah, so so you're literally just doing what you're being told. Yeah. You're a model, you're being paid to do this, and that you just follow those rules. So I haven't been in a space where my opinion is asked for or wanted. But I do think there is room for that. But the only slip with that, especially with the type of work that I do, is that you're never in pre-production because you don't know if you have the job or not.
Yeah.
So I think maybe when it comes to like photography, in your case especially, you know, like if you want to get the model's feel onto that picture, you guys need to be on the same page. You know, you need to be on a certain zone and just understand what you're trying to get out of this, you know. What's your take on that, actually?
I don't know. I feel like I do feel like models should have a say, and I think you made a great point when you said that like they might have an idea in mind that could change the entire project and, you know, skyrocket it into a dimension that they wouldn't have imagined. So they are a human being. They have a mind. They have a way of thinking and processing things. They are not a robot. And in as much as there's an entire team behind the scenes that's working to, you know, building the perfect ad or the perfect shoot, I do believe that models in themselves are artists and should be allowed to express their creativity 100%. Like that's where I stand personally. But it's just very interesting to hear what other people think, because from where I stand, they really do not get that platform. You know, so I think it's cool to just hear people's opinions on it, and maybe hopefully they are able to get the opportunity to express themselves a little bit more moving forward, you know. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, so I have one more question before we play our trivia game. I'm kidding. I mean, I mean, would you rather? The last question, just a more lighter one, is what do you enjoy most about the creative spaces you are in? So it could be the modeling, it could be the YouTube. Just like, what do you enjoy most? What fulfills you the most? What do you look forward to every time you're like, you know what, I'm stepping foot into this modeling thing, or I'm shooting another YouTube video?
Oh, that's a good one. When it comes to like shooting, I love being on set. There's a certain energy when you walk in on set, especially like if it's an early morning calls. Most of the shoots I've done, it's either like early in the morning or like late at night. Like call time is 7, we start shooting from 8 until like 5 a.m. the next day. I know, it's crazy, right? I'm gonna share a commercial that I shot very late to see on my channel. It's cool. And I still had a test the next day. Anyway, that's
risky business. Risky business.
The question that you're asking me is, what do I
enjoy the most about the creative spaces you're in? Yeah.
I love, like, as I said, like, I love being on set. Like, the energy, everyone, so usually, like, the crew and the craft get there very early, and once you're there, it's already, like, set up, it's buzzing, it's busy, and you know, it's ready for action. You know, if you get there in the morning, you usually like have your breakfast first, and you have someone that is like guiding you the whole day. So usually the AD, assistant director. So it just feels good, you know, knowing that, okay, like we've prepared for this, we've done wardrobe for this, and today is literally just action day. So just how that feels, and you know, you go for your wardrobe, you know, you get dressed in the clothes that they've chosen for this commercial. You have a waiting area, the set is set for you, and you get in there and, you know, you just do it. You know, the director's ready, camera people are ready. And so I really just enjoy that space. Like, everyone is focused and really just trying to make this work and make, you know, the best commercial for this. I enjoyed that. I enjoy being on stage. And I think that's what I miss the most. And that's what YouTube is kind of giving me. So I started my channel this year, and it was also just further encouraged by the fact that I can't model this year. So I still need to work with my camera.
Sorry about that. Hey, I'm so sorry about that.
So Another aspect that I truly enjoyed is just having my family see the work. My mom, she gets so excited, man. Yo, like when the commercial comes on in TV, it's this whole thing. Like my little nieces and nephews will be shouting like "Namo!" and then everyone runs and comes to see it. We've seen it 1,000 times. We have it on our phone, but we're still gonna run.
Oh, you're still gonna run and see it. I mean, it's special. It's definitely special.
It's so special, you know. No, so just my family's reaction is literally always the best. Like they're just always so excited. And friends, like literally yesterday, my friend was calling me like, "Oh, Lethi, I just saw you on the Nivea ad." I'm like, "Ah, I didn't even notice the one." You know. So that's exciting. I think just also seeing the final product.
Yep.
And the thing is, people only see 30 seconds of the commercial,
but we take hours. Yes, it's hours. It's
a lot of people that work in that. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of money invested into pulling this 30-second project off, you know. So just being able to see that final product and appreciate the work that's being done, you know, pre-production and post. So yeah, I enjoyed that. That's what I like the most. And with YouTube, I've usually been a vocal person, just growing out and, you know, going slowly into my adulthood days, and I've just wanted to connect with people, and so I'm glad that I've started this platform where I can actually connect with people, voice my opinions, hear what you have to say, share some of my work that I'm really proud of, and just, you know, inspire other people who want to be in the same fields or want to pursue similar things that as I am. So yeah, I just wish people back home, like, I want them to be able to have access to my channel, but not many do, because like internet and data is a thing. So that's a bit sad for me, because those are the people that I want to see this, you know, like, bruh, we come from the same place and we can all do this, and this is where we are. So yeah, I'd really love to share more of my craft and my content with people from back home, but yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there slowly but surely.
No, it's super cool, and I think I'm really picking up a lot of discipline in you. You know, being able to turn down jobs, being able to leave, being able to leave modeling completely for a year. You know, to focus. I mean, that's for me. That's a big lesson. I mean, those are steps that you need to make, decisions you need to make as an adult.
Adulting, right?
Which is like super. Which is super commendable, you know. I look up to that, and I think I've really learned a lot about you, about modeling in general, and I think a lot of people will be able to learn a lot from it as well. So thank you so much for answering the questions. Thank you so much again for taking time out to be here. Super informative. Went way better than I thought it would. I was like, what, these questions, are they even going to make sense? But I mean, it really went well. I really do think it went well. So just to end off on a lighter note, as always, we're going to play a game. We're going to play Would You Rather. So I'm going to ask you two things, one or the other, and then you can take your time, you choose, and we're going to see what you would do in that situation, which one you would choose. All right? So it's about 10 things. Take your time with it. Okay, the first one is, would you rather lose your ability to read or lose your ability to speak?
Okay, I'd lose my ability to speak.
Okay.
Should I explain?
Please explain. Please explain.
Okay, I can explain. I speak a lot. But I think like when you speak, you're saying already what you know. I think someone put this very nicely in a quote. When you speak, you're already saying what you know. But if you listen, or which in this case, if you read, you're actually learning much more. And if I can't speak, I can always post on Facebook. I can always, you can
always tweet.
Right. You know. So I think reading is more. And I grew up being an avid reader. I'm getting back to it slowly and surely now. So I appreciate that. And man, that's learning. If you can't read, then it's quite limiting. So yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Speaking can go.
Okay, let's listen to what you're gonna say for this next one. Would you rather have all traffic lights you approach turn green, or never have to stand in a line anywhere ever again?
Never have to stand in a line. Mm-mm. First of all, I'm gonna get corona, and
we're trying to do that. No, we're not trying to be there.
No, I've been like. I grew up like we had a payphone at home. So I had to go to the bank almost every weekend and I had to stand in a long line to deposit money. And I hated it so much. I hated it. Like my mom was like, oh, you're such a patient person. I'm like, Mama, I do it because you sent me, not because like I'm patient. Like, no, it's really not that. So, it was between that and so no, the robot can thingy. Nah, but I'm not gonna stand in a line if I don't have to. That's why I try to do all things virtually. 0, no lines.
Okay. This one is gonna be pretty obvious, but we're gonna just ask it anyways. Would you rather be the first person to explore a planet or be the inventor of a drug that cures a deadly disease? How is
Please repeat that?
Would you rather be the first person to explore a planet or be the inventor of a drug that cures a deadly disease?
So we all gonna die at some point, you know. I would go with the planet. I think
The planet?
like some That's some
in my head,
cool
I'm like this medical student. Obviously, she's gonna choose curing a disease. I think you're doing the wrong degree, hey? It's not too late to change.
No, I'm not interested in research and things like that. So it's not my cup of tea. Or lab work. So the drugs and stuff, it's not my thing. But I think that would be cool. Like exploring another planet, being the first one to find that. I think that's super cool. As long as I can live after that.
Okay, as long as you can live after it. That's a good ultimatum. Okay, let's go. Next one is: would you rather go back to the age of 5 with everything you know now, or know everything your future self will know? So go back to the age of 5 with everything you know now, or stay in the now and know everything your future self will learn.
I'd rather go back to the age of 5 with what I know.
Really?
You're very sure?
Dude, with all the exams that are coming in the future, bro, I'm like, I'd rather know what my future self will learn, bro. You know what I mean?
I actually, with what I know now, I think it's going to equip me 10 times more for what's to come, and I would approach life very differently, given all this information and access that I have.
With a 20-something-year-old brain, that's not healthy. That can't be healthy.
But imagine when I get to 25. Imagine what I would have accomplished, what I would know.
Just cruising like this through the task.
Man, just mental capacity, spiritual and emotional intelligence and growth. I think I would be on some Zen level.
You might be onto something. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Okay. Next one is: would you rather be an average person in the present or a queen of a large country 2,500 years ago?
Where?
Yeah, I don't know.
In Africa?
It's a large country 2,500 years ago, and you're the queen. Who cares where this country is, right? Anyway,
is this me just being a queen or a queen to a king?
I think we're overthinking this question, hey?
No, I need to know.
Okay, you're a queen. You are the queen. There is no king. You are the ruler.
I'll go for queen.
You are the queen, and they're your subjects.
No, I'd go for queen. I mean, I'm the average person now in this lifetime, so
average people don't feature in Nivea commercials. Just saying.
That's cute. So I think I would go for queen. Just see how that royalty life is.
Just see how it was. Okay. Okay.
Build a matriarch.
All right. Would you rather be able to use a fork only and can't use a spoon, or use a spoon only and never be able to use a fork?
So, but you use them the same way, isn't it? Same motion.
There's some things that you can't have with a fork, like soup, my friend. Let's think about this.
Then you can drink. I'll go with the fork actually, because
Really?
I eat most things with a fork. Like even if I'm having rice or whatever, I use a fork more often than a spoon. Like the only time I use a spoon is if I'm having cereal, and
Think about having cereal in the morning.
I can still have that with a fork if I'm having muesli and yogurt, you know.
Sure.
So
Think about having
I
yogurt
think I'll
itself.
go with the fork.
Think about having ice cream.
Imagine having dinner. Imagine having dinner
with a spoon.
You have a spoon. How are you gonna pick up your meat?
I'm thinking about spaghetti now, bro. I'm like, yo, dude. Okay, yeah, we'll stick with the fork. We'll stick with the fork. That makes sense. Okay, the next one is: would you rather be unable to move when it rains, or stop moving when the sun is out?
So both would stop moving, but I have to choose between rain and sun.
I mean, it definitely rains less than the sun is out, right?
So I don't want to move when the sun, like I want to be outside and explore things. The rain I can look at from my window.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, would you rather be able to be a practicing doctor or a medical researcher?
Practicing doctor. Tell me about research. This
is a rhetorical question, that one. I think we knew the answer already. Okay, last two. Would you rather be able to control fire or control water?
Water.
Why water?
Because 70% of our body is water, first of all. Water's everywhere, like deep under the earth there's water, there's oceans. Yeah, always water. Water's everywhere. Water's everywhere. I feel like it's a very powerful source.
And water can kill fire, can turn fire out, right? Like, yeah.
Exactly. I didn't think about that either. Thank you. Exactly.
I vibe with that.
Exactly.
Okay, here's the last one.
Yeah.
Would you rather be able to teleport anywhere or read everyone's mind?
Ooh, hey, I can't have both.
Okay, now we're thinking.
I would actually teleport. Like people's minds aren't that important. I'd teleport.
People's minds aren't that important. I don't care what people think.
Nah, your thoughts really didn't influence me too much. They shouldn't. But do you imagine teleporting anywhere?
Imagine, dude.
If I want to take my mom on holiday, I just hold her and I'm like, let's go.
Any shop you want,
like
any
time
you want,
works for me.
You're there.
Exactly.
You're there. No, that's a vibe. Yo.
I cringe.
Why?
My camera stopped recording and I do not know how much of it was not recording. But it's fine. You know what? Hectic. That's all we could say. You know when the interview is a vibe, bro, like that's what happens.